Hello everyone. Till now we have discussed about the Southern Plateau region, how the plateau formed. We read about three plateau regions, mainly Malwa, Chota Nagpur and Deccan plateaus. Then we discussed the climate. It is very hot and humid in summer and warm in winter in most of the parts of this region. Then we discussed about the formation of plateau region, how they formed as a result of continuous volcanic activities for thousands of years. The lava turned into thick layers, and these layers cooled down and formed vast stretches of highlands with a flat top that is called tableland or plateau. Plateau region is wedge shaped region. Then we discussed about the rivers of plateau region. The main rivers in this region are Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi, Narmada and Tapti. River Damodar, that is drains through Chota Nagpur plateau and joins river Hooghly, which is the distributary of river Ganga. Other rivers are Chambal, Betwa and Son. After that, we read about Jog Falls, that is on Sharvati river in the region of Karnataka. That is the highest waterfall in India. Today we will discuss about the hills of plateau region. The Deccan Plateau is bounded by the Western Ghats on the west, the Eastern Ghats on the east, and the Satpura Hills in the north. It means Deccan Ghat. On the one side of Deccan Ghat there are Western Ghats, and on the east side they are known as Eastern Ghats. And in the north there are Satpura Hills. The Vindhya and Satpura Hills separate the Indo-Gangetic plain of northern India from the plateau region of South India. The Western Ghats, a chain of hills running parallel to Arabian Sea, is a continuous stretch. It means on the west side of plateau region, the Deccan Plateau, there are so many hills. They run parallel to Arabian Sea. It encloses the highest peak of South India, Anamodi of the Cardamom Hills in Kerala. It actually connects the highest peak, which is Anamodi in Kerala. They are in Kerala on Cardamom Hills. Anamodi is the highest peak of South. The Western Ghat connects Anamudi with Kerala. The Western Ghats are known as Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu, Kurg in Karnataka and Sahyadri in Maharashtra. It means if we talk about Western Ghats, people used to call them Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu. And in Karnataka, they are known as Western Ghats are known as Kurg, and in Maharashtra, Western Ghats are also known as Sahyadri. Dodebeta of Nilgiri in Tamil Nadu is the second highest peak of the region. Which is the second highest peak of the region? Dodebeta, that is in Tamil Nadu. The Western Ghats are the source of Deccan rivers. Means so many rivers flow through Western Ghats. The Eastern Ghats are a chain of hills running parallel to Bay of Bengal. Fine. In Eastern Ghats there are so many hills, and on Western Ghats there are so many Deccan rivers. Unlike Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats are eroded and broken through by major rivers and are of low height. Western Ghats are up in height, and the eastern Ghats are eroded and broken through by the major rivers. They are of low height. The highest peak of Eastern Ghat is Mahendragiri. Which is the highest peak of Eastern Ghat? Mahendragiri is the highest peak of Eastern Ghats. Where it lies? It lies in Odisha. Mahendragiri lies in Odisha. That is the highest peak of Eastern Ghat. Keep in mind. The Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats meet at Nilgiri of Tamil Nadu. Palghat, Thalghat and Bhorghat are natural passes of the Western Ghats. Now we will read about states which lie in Southern Plateau region. The Malwa Plateau, and the Chota Nagpur Plateau spread through parts of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Jharkhand from west to east. The Deccan Plateau extends to the southern part of Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Odisha, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Now we will talk about the people of Plateau region. The Plateau region is thinly populated. Thinly means only a rare population is there. The population is not so much. The Malwa and Chota Nagpur plateaus are covered by dense deciduous forest on a large scale. It means in Malwa and Chota Nagpur there are so many forests, but they are not forever. They are falling forests. So tribal people like Bhils, Gonds, Walis and Busters dwell here, leading a very simple life in harmony with nature. It means tribal people like Bhil, Gond, Walis and Buster live here. They lead a very simple life with unity in nature, with harmony with nature. The men wear mainly dhoti, achkan and turban, and the women wear sari and blouse or ghagras and cholis in their own style. Actually, the people who live here, they are tribal people. They live very simple life. They wear simple clothes. Men actually wear dhoti, achkan and turban, and the women wear sari and blouse or ghagra choli. The main occupation of the people are agriculture and mining. As I have already told you, the Plateau region is rich in mineral. So most of the people are indulged in the agricultural activities and mining occupation. The people are also employed in mineral based industries. Now we will read about the importance of Plateau region. The Southern Plateau is a storehouse of minerals like iron, coal, manganese, bauxite, aluminium, copper and limestone. It means in Southern Plateau, these minerals are found in much quantity. The black soil formed by the lava emitted by the volcanoes is very fertile and suitable for growing cotton, sugar cane, rice, millets and oilseeds. Multipurpose dams across the large fast flowing rivers of this region are used for generating hydroelectricity. I have already told you on Plateau region there are so many dams, and these dams are useful for generating hydroelectricity. The forests of the Plateau region provide timber. Timber means wood. The hill station, wildlife sanctuaries and places of pilgrimage of this region attract tourists. Means so many tourists are attracted towards the hill station, wildlife sanctuary and places of pilgrimage. There are so many religious places, people attracted towards it. The plateau region, enriched with valuable natural resources, contributes to the economic growth of our nation. I have already told you there are so many industries. So, in economic growth of nation, they also contribute. I hope you all have understood the chapter. This video will definitely help you out to understand the lesson. See you in our next video. Till then, keep learning. Bye bye.